Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. There are three products that I want to talk to you about today, and one is the Pat McGrath foundation. The other one is the NYX. It's the foundation mixer, and the last one is the new mascara from IT Cosmetics, the BlowOut Mascara. I'm going to start off with NYX because that is going to lead into the Pat McGrath. I'm leaving timestamps down below in case you just want to hear about one or the other. But I hope you stay for the whole thing. The first product is NYX, and this is the Pro Foundation Mixer. This has been around for quite a while, and I have used it for a few years now, probably 2 or 3 years. There are 6 shades in this. It's about $10. You can get it on the NYX website. Ulta used to carry it. Ulta doesn't carry it anymore. This is not a pure pigment. This is a product that will alter either the shade or the tone of your foundation. And I think that's really important because there are so many times that either we purchase a foundation in the summer, and then when winter comes along, maybe if we self-tan, if you are like me and you self-tan, that foundation might be too dark in the winter if you don't do the same in all year round, basically. And there are some foundations that we cannot go out and buy 3 or 4 depending on the skin tone and how many, depending on the tone and how it works for us. How many times don't you get home and like it's just a little bit too pink, or it's a little bit too yellow, or it's not dark enough or not light enough? I know it's happened to me numerous times. Like I said before, this is available in 6 shades. Now, 2 of them are, what they do is they're going to change the finish of your foundation, and it will make it more radiant. It will change the finish of the foundation. The other 4 that you can get, they do not alter the finish, and those are the ones that I use. I have never tried the radiant ones. I have the white one, I have the olive one, I have the red one, and then there's a deep one. So if you have a deep skin tone, that will be perfect for you. Here in Kansas, I only have the olive one because Stephanie sent it to me along with the Pat McGrath foundation. This changes the tone and it changes the shade. And the nice thing about it is you take 2 or 3 pumps of your foundation that you want to change, and then you just add a drop of the NYX foundation mixer. And you test it to see if it's as light or as dark as you want. Something to keep in mind when you're doing this is if you have a foundation that is too pink, for example, it has a pink undertone or just the tone itself is just too pink, and you add, for example, the one that I have here, the olive one, it's going to turn that foundation to a neutral shade. Something to keep in mind. Nevertheless, I think it's very simple to use. You're not wasting any product. It takes the whole guessing game out. I know I, for one, use a totally different foundation in the summer as I do in the winter because I don't tan all year long. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do tan in the winter if I have something special and I just feel like tanning. But for the most part, I don't. I use the foundation mixer, and I talked about this, I think, when I first started on my channel. And this leads to the Pat McGrath foundation. This is a beautiful, beautiful packaging, beautiful glass packaging. It has a pump, just lovely. As you can tell, or maybe you can't, by the bottle, that this is a pretty light foundation. Well, Stephanie received this. Stephanie is my daughter, and for those of you that are new to my channel, and she received this in Influencer. She reviewed it, and then she sent it to me. And I will leave the link to Stephanie's video where she reviewed this foundation because I am 61 years old and I have normal skin. I have my lines, I have wrinkles, and I have my share of uneven skin tone due to hyperpigmentation. Stephanie, on the other hand, is 31. She has combination skin. She has an oily T-zone, and she has a perimeter that is dry. So if that sounds like you, that you have combination skin with oily dry, and you want to see how this foundation worked for her, I'll leave the link down below. It's available in 36 shades. It is a sheer to medium coverage. It has a wide range of universal hues. It is a natural finish for all skin types. It has a unique polymer that adds smoothness and the luminous finish. It's buildable coverage. It has diamond core powder, which decreases the appearance of skin imperfections. It blurs your fine lines and your wrinkles and pores. And the third ingredient is alcohol. I'm okay to a certain extent because I use a lot of, I have my skincare underneath and I have a barrier between my skin and the foundation, but I feel as if I need to tell you. Now, my daughter, if you know her, if you go to her channel, you'll see that she is very fair while I have an olive complexion. That's where this comes in. Her shade is a 7 light. I'm going to insert a picture up somewhere where you can see my swatch with how the shade of this foundation, number 7, how it is with all by itself, and then after I added the Pro Foundation Mixer. This foundation, I applied half of my face with the Beauty Blender, and I did the other half with the brush. I didn't apply any primer or anything like that. I did about a 5-hour test. As you can see, it goes on very easily. The claims are right. It does have a natural finish. It is sheer to medium coverage. I think it does blur to some extent. It blurs a bit. This is what I'm wearing now. I've had it on today for, I would say, close to 10 hours. And it looks nice on my normal skin. But here's what gets to me with, I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to insert my 5-hour wear test, even though, as you can see, now it's 10 hours and look, it looks perfect. All right, it has been 6 hours since I have the foundation on, and it looks as if it's still looking pretty good. It didn't settle in anywhere around my nose, around here. It looks a little bit faded. I'm looking at my viewfinder and it looks like it's a little bit faded right around here, that my uneven skin tone is kind of peeking out some more. But as far as it looking oily or anything like that, it doesn't. I don't have dry skin and I don't have oily skin. So I don't have any oily areas at all or any dry areas. There's nothing that is going into any of my fine lines. It's not cracking anywhere. It's perfect. But there are so many other foundations that are also perfect. Actually, I think this foundation is nice. I think it works fine. It lasts. Am I going to continue wearing it? Yes, absolutely. I won't wear it every day because of the alcohol, but I think it wears very nicely. Do I think it's worth $68? No, not at all. I'm not a drugstore girl, and I think that if you've been with me for a while, you know that. There are some products that I will use from the drugstore, but it's very limited because they just don't work for me. It's not that I have anything against them. One of my favorite foundations over every other foundation is the one from Revlon, the Candid Foundation. I think that is a beautiful foundation, and that's a drugstore foundation that costs, I don't know, about $10 or $11. I cannot recommend this because I don't think that it is worth so much money. I think the finish that I got from the Elsie foundation that I talked to you about. I think it was in my favorites video. I think that foundation has a gorgeous, gorgeous finish. I think this is okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You tell me, do you think there's anything wrong with it? But yeah, I wanted to show it to you. I wanted to let you know that I really didn't think the hype was real. At the same token, I love Pat McGrath. I've got her palettes, not all of them, but I do have some, and I think they're beautiful. Are they my favorite? No, not really. I have others that I think that I enjoy more. But nevertheless, I have this foundation. I'll continue using it. But I wanted to let you know that if you can't get it, if you don't want to get it, you're really not missing out on a whole bunch. Not at all. I have it, and I probably would have purchased it had Stephanie not sent it to me, because this is what I'm doing now is YouTube. You don't need to have all the foundations that I may have, or that so many of us here on YouTube have. I mean, we do this because we want to review it. If I didn't, then I'd just be sitting here just watching Jen Love's reviews and her, you know, and saying, okay, I'm buying this or the other. But I buy a lot of this because I want to let you know. And my honest opinion on this is that I don't think it's worth spending the money on it. You let me know what you think. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is the new IT Cosmetics Mascara. This mascara was in collaboration with the founder of the Dry Bar. The claims are that it has a blowout volume, lift, and drama. It is infused with biotin, and it has microspheres to gently catch each of your lashes and give it that lift. Now, I'm wearing it today. What do you think? Do you like it? Let me show you the wand. I'll bring it up close so you can see it. It's beautiful, beautiful packaging. And let me show you the wand. Really nice wand. So what'd you think? What'd you think of how it looks? Let me know. On this eye, I'm wearing the BlowOut Mascara by IT Cosmetics. It is $25. On this eye, I am wearing the CoverGirl. That's about this is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist, and it's about $10. I've worn this 2 days. Each day I wore it for about 10 hours. It didn't flake on me at all. It didn't smudge at all. It didn't clump. I am not a fan, and I'm sorry to all my friends here on YouTube that I know that you're such big IT Cosmetics Superheroes Mascara fans. I am not one of them, but I still wanted to try this because I did. It's a new mascara, and I always try new mascaras. I wore it for about 10 hours. It looks beautiful. But ladies, this is $25. And this is $10. This has biotin, which this doesn't have. So that might be something, I mean, if it nourishes your lashes, you know, if you want to try it, if you are a huge IT Cosmetics fan, you're definitely going to want to try this. I think it is a beautiful mascara. And to be perfectly honest with you, if I was not familiar with the Exhibitionist from CoverGirl, I probably would say, I would say to you, yeah, this is a mascara really to try. And I think this is beautiful, but so is this one. So you let me know what you think. Let me know if you would try this, if you would spend the money on this one. If you've tried the Exhibitionist and say, yeah, I don't need to go for one more expensive. If you've tried this one and you have a different opinion than I do, let me know, because I would love to hear, I would love to absolutely hear from you. Am I just nutsos? I don't know. I just think that, oh my gosh, really? I think they look pretty much the same. I don't know. My 2 cents worth. All right, everyone. That's what I have today for you. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Thank you for your likes and your comments. I appreciate you all so much. And don't forget, ladies, follow your passion, whatever it may be. I'll see you next time. Bye.